In the previous video we checked the text components, the button components in Android, and from this video we'll learn about the list components in Android. Okay, so whenever we speak of list in Android, so there are two major components that offer list features here. Okay, so one is the list view and another one is the spinner. So spinner is kind of a drop down list, and list is kind of a full scale list that is available and is scrollable with multiple item selection available as well. Sorry. So whenever you design lists in Android, there are two ways of designing list and providing data to list. Okay, so first way, when you are having like a static fixed list where you have data that is fixed to be assigned to the list, you can directly supply the list data through arrays or string or any kind of data type you want. Okay, so that is one option you have. And when your list is dynamic, so you have multiple items in the list, like you have image to be displayed, you have something like a list with image, text, as well as some kind of other widget to be displayed, something like a complex layout that needs to be designed. So in those cases what you do is you design the custom UI of that specific child component inside the list. Okay, so individual tile of the list that you will design, that will be used as a template and connected via something called as an adapter. That can be a list adapter, a spinner adapter, or any kind of thing. So that is one thing. So in this video we'll be focusing only on the former part, that is directly accessing and putting items into the list through string array. Okay, so what we could do is just simply create a list component, or you can say list view component, and add match parent to this thing. So as we do not have any other component to be placed, so I am directly using the match parent properties here both. So whenever you get to designing components, make sure that all the components have ample space and they are responsive as well. Okay, so that is one thing that we need to remember. So many times when you are designing the user interface for these applications, what happens is the newer high-end phones, like those manufactured by OnePlus and stuff, okay, so they have layout issues with those. So you need to be careful how you place your components, or it might not really be rendered properly in those mobiles. Okay, so just make sure you lay the design properly. For now you need not be concerned of those things. Okay, so let's just focus on this topic, and here let's just declare an ID. Here even the ID declaration is not just, you can say, mandatory or something, but I'm just putting it here. Just the item, just put any name you want. Okay, it's up to you. Just the item. No, could have come up with something creative. So here the method, or you can say the property through which you can put this thing, is called as Android entries. So for this entries you need to pass a string array. So what you could do is come here and declare a string array. So here string array. Okay, I've made a typo so that you can easily detect a typo. Item and item 1, item 2, and item 3. Okay, so let's just save this thing and just call array string array. Okay, so here you can see it has statically updated this thing. Let's just run this thing and see how the output looks in the emulator. So yeah, so this is how it looks in the emulator. Currently if you see, I am clicking these items but nothing is happening because we haven't caught any listeners here, or we haven't written any listeners to catch the events. So what we should do is we should head over to our Java file, and here we have to declare a list view temporary variable, or you can say a liu variable, that is what we call here, lstitx. You can name it anything you want. Okay, and here lstitx is equals to, let's typecast whatever we are taking into a list view, find view by id. So find view by id, what it does is finds components by using the id. So this is the id that we provide. So this find view by id basically searches or lists all the components that have a prefix called @ plus id. Okay, so that's basically what it does. So here, yeah, lst item and semicolon, and after you get this thing, so in the previous video you might remember, for the button we use the on click listener. So here a similar listener which is known as a on item click listener is used. Okay, so just remember, you can also use an on click listener on list view. Okay, so that is also a caveat that you need to be careful about, that using proper listeners for proper components. So whenever there are item based components, you will have to use the item listeners. Okay, so just remember that while you are coding these things, and set item click listener new adapter view dot on click listener. So as I said earlier, so all the events on this thing basically run on an adapter, that is a data adapter. So the listener on this thing is also ran on an adapter view. Okay, so this is very important here, and that is the major difference between a button component and a item component, or you can say any kind of list component. So for this list components, what happens is the inner child elements, or you can say the child windows, basically child views is a windows in this thing. So those things get the events passed. Okay, so the click events, when you are putting an item click event, this event is transferred to the child, and through that the operations are being done. While if you put a complete on click listener on a list, the whole list will get the single event. So no matter where you click or whatever you do, the child is not getting the event, the parent component is getting the event. So that is a problem. So remember, whenever you are using a list, you have to use a item click listener. So enough of blabbering, and now getting back to the point, what we could do is we will just display this element that we have clicked. So how do you display that element whichever you are clicking? So this variable that we have declared here, we will call this thing lstitx and dot get adapter. Okay, so you will have to get the adapter that is currently attached to this list component, and dot get item. So get item will get the actual value of that item. Okay, and here you need to pass a position to that thing, and this I will explain in the custom adapters video as well, how these methods are overridden in base adapters that we could write to create our custom components and stuff. But for now we'll just pass the position parameter that is readily available with the function here. Okay, so what I will do is dot toString. Okay, so just remember to typecast it into a string, because here I have taken a string. Okay, and usually string is the default thing that we need to transfer it to. So here what I will do is just log this thing. Okay, so click on so here we'll display this thing into the logs here. See here, whatever you are getting here. So on your system, whenever you are running the program, just make sure you are running the logcat here, and after that you press run and it should start. So let's see if we are on the right track or not. So it has ran this thing. So what I will do is I will just click any random element. I will click 2. See here, on click, clicked on 2. I will just click 1, yeah, 1, 3, again 2, 1, 2, 3. See here, but I cannot select all of them because I have not modified their behavior to act in such a way. Okay, so how we can add this behavior, how we can add tick marks or any sort of things here like checkboxes and stuff, or design a complex list view, that we'll see in some other video. But for now we'll move towards the next component, that is the spinner. Okay, so spinner is a drop down list, so we'll just get rid of this code and just delete this thing. And in the front end part we need not do much, we just change this to spinner, and here the layout height we'll keep it as wrap content. Okay, so that it doesn't occupy the whole height of this thing. So just make sure you do these changes and run. Okay, so see here you will see a drop down list through which you can interact. Okay, so here for this thing you need not implement, you can say on click listener here. That's not, you can say, not mandatory or anything likewise, but you can implement if you are having multiple, you can say, drop down list dependent on one drop down list, or you can say one spinner. Like if you are selecting a country and you need to show its states or something likewise, so in that case you can write adapters for this thing as well. But in general cases where you just need to access the value, you can directly access the value using the get selected item thing. Okay, so you need not do all this thing for this specific component, that is the spinner. So that's it for today. In the upcoming video we'll move our focus slightly towards the main project that we'll be building here, that is the chat application here. So the idea of this whole course is to provide a hands-on experience of actually designing and implementing an Android application. So this was just you can say a revised summary or sort of thing for all the Android widgets or components, you can say. So that I guess we have done so far, and from the next video we'll just start designing small individual components of the system. Okay, and hopefully this should help you in your experience with Android. Okay.